Police and first responders were working a rollover in the 4000 block of 19th Avenue South. They say a man hit a parked car and rolled his vehicle around 10. The driver was hurt but refused medical treatment. He was ticketed for failure to have that vehicle under control. Police need your help finding a suspect in a suspicious package incident this week at a Fargo homeless shelter. They're looking for 36-year-old Barbara Poitra. The local bomb squad was called out Wednesday afternoon after staff members at the Gladys Ray shelter spotted something suspicious. It turned out to be a backpack full of commercial-grade fireworks. Contact Fargo PD if you have any information. Family members say they're now healing after a jury has convicted 23-year-old Arthur Colley of murdering their loved one. Colley strangled and stabbed 14-year-old Jupiter Paulson to death in the Party City parking lot in South Fargo last summer. Jupiter's mom says the quick verdict was the best-case scenario and is the first step in her family finding closure and finally being able to properly mourn her.
I'm gonna go home and hug my kids, because this has been a long road. So just taking it every day, not for granted, just taking each day for what it is and living life as fully as possible.
Colley will be sentenced later this year or early next. He could face a maximum of life in prison without the possibility of parole, and prosecutor Ryan Youngren says they will be pushing for that maximum. An East Grand Forks man is facing criminal charges after police say they got a cyber tip about child pornography being viewed in his home. Local and state police executed a search warrant Tuesday and arrested 35-year-old David Detweiler for possession of pornographic work of a minor under the age of 14 and possession of a controlled substance. Brace yourself for a spike in heating costs this upcoming winter. That's if you use natural gas. Costs are at a 14-year high right now, and the National Energy Assistance Directors Association says customers could see fuel bills spike as much as 34% this year compared to last, and that's 66% higher than just 2 seasons ago. Some states offer heating assistance programs and will soon be taking applications. 6:53 on our Friday morning. Time now for a look at our storm team forecast. Good morning, Lisa Green. A lot going on.
Oh, we sure do have a lot going on this morning to track. We've got the rain, we've got some fog, and in addition to that, there's mist mixed in there too that we're seeing in Fargo. And here's a look at the latest radar. We've got quieter conditions as far as rain is concerned in the south, but there are still some pockets here. There's been ongoing rain that's just kind of been nonstop in some areas up in the northern valley, and that continues on, stretching from Lake of the Woods through that northwestern part of Minnesota, back into northeastern North Dakota, Devil's Lake, and even south from there toward places like Carrington. So rain going on there. We've got the fog and mist around the region. We're at 1 mile visibility right now in Fargo. We're at 1 to 3 miles around a good portion of the valley from Oaks through Wahpeton and up toward Detroit Lakes. Northern Valley, a 1.5 mile visibility in Cooperstown and back up to Grand Forks in a lot of places. Experiencing lower visibility, of course, where we've got some rain showers. This is our view in Fargo. Not a great one as we're looking down toward I-94 with the fog and mist in place. Temperatures much cooler today, only getting into the low 60s. The wind won't be that strong, but it is going to be more of a gloomy day, and that chance for rain does linger into tonight, especially for those Northern Valley folks. So if you're heading to a football game, again, keep that in mind. And then tomorrow, chances for rain and thunder. Morning, we may see some of that, and then again in the afternoon in the south and east. But warming up toward Monday, by the time we hit the start of next week, getting into the 80s.
All right, a gloomy start to today, but we can look ahead to Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's looking pretty good. Some sunshine. I think will be drier, so if you can hold off your outdoor plans for Sunday, you're more likely to not have to worry about those sprinkles and thunder showers.
Okay, we'll be looking ahead. Thank you for the update, Lisa. All right, take a look at Morehead's Main Avenue experiment in motion this morning. You're taking a live look of Main near 5th Street South. This is looking west. You can see the right lanes in each direction are blocked off, leaving traffic in just those 2 center lanes, 1 in each direction. The city is working with the State Transportation Department on an idea that would put parking spaces on those outside lanes, much like what Fargo did on Main, from the roundabout to 7th Street South. The idea is to get parking closer to those businesses. The Morehead experiment will be in place until mid-October, and you're encouraged to use it and then share your experiences and ideas with the city or state. Former Morehead Mayor Delray Williams is in the hospital now after suffering a stroke. Her husband posted on Facebook that it happened around 5 Wednesday evening. Williams was the mayor of Morehead from 2014 to 2018 and the city's first woman to ever be elected mayor. The city of Ada, Minnesota, denying an appeal by its former police chief and officially firing him. Jody Boeing served the community as police chief for more than a decade and as an officer since 1998. He's been in and out of the hospital since last year with complications from COVID, which he believes he got while on the job. Boeing says he was given a 2-page letter from the city yesterday denying his grievance over his dismissal. President Biden is nominating Fargo attorney Mac Schneider to serve as U.S. Attorney for North Dakota. Schneider is 43 years old, has law offices in Fargo and Grand Forks, and is a former state senator. He's an alumnus of UND and Georgetown University Law School. While some exercises leave you with sore muscles, others leave you with a warning. And one Fargo runner is sharing her story after she says she encountered a scary situation downtown. It started out just like any other run for Jenica Roofer as she jogged down a trail, but then she noticed a man had continued to tail her on a bike, started circling her and even harassing her. She was unsure what to do until a helping hand came from a complete stranger who stopped her own vehicle and acted like she knew Jenica until that man left.
Most of the time, people think someone else is going to intervene, and then no one does. So for her to just take the initiative and see that something uncomfortable was happening and to stop and help me, it was amazing, and it felt good to have someone kind of step in. So I think it's a good reminder that if you see something weird happening, help them out. You never know what's going on.
Police suggest switching up your routes, joining a running group or running with a friend, and always carrying your ID and cell phone, and downloading apps that can track your run. NASA scientists are getting new insight into the red planet thanks to the Perseverance rover. For more than a year, the rover has been exploring a river delta in the Jezero crater formed billions of years ago. According to NASA scientists, Perseverance has collected 12 samples of rock and other materials from the Martian surface. They say those samples possess great potential to reveal the early evolution of Mars, including the potential for life on the planet. Well, Ring doorbell technology has captured some amazing images, but here's one that was not good news. Take a look at this. This setup in California gives us a look at flash flooding that triggered heavy mudslides in the Dorado Fire burn scar area. Rescue workers are still searching for a missing woman who was last seen in the first floor of her home back on Monday. Cal Fire reports 30 homes in the area were completely destroyed. And continuing the Ring conversation, on a lighter side, an 8-year-old cat went missing for 2 weeks and returned home and rang her family's own Ring doorbell to get back inside. You see her there. The buzz came late at night, and the New Jersey family was a little freaked out about who would be at their door so late. That's when they spotted her. The cat's name is Lily. She was at the front door. She propped herself up on the door and rang the bell herself. The family says they couldn't believe what they were seeing, and they raced to the door to, of course, let her back in. Well, if you're aching for a leisurely vacation down the river, check this out from the Viking Cruise Boat Company. But if you go, be ready to fork out some big dough. A 15-day river cruise from the Twin Cities down to New Orleans will run you around $13,000. All right, start saving now if you're looking to book one of those vacations. Just about 7 o'clock on our Friday TGIF. Thank you so much for joining us to end out your week as the weekend rolls on. And hey, the Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today also rolling on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW.